The year was 2247. Earth had finally reached the stars. Humans built 3 colonies on distant planets and felt proud of their achievement. They thought they were alone in the universe. They were wrong. Commander Song Taeyong was working the night shift at Luna Base when his screen lit up with warnings. His coffee cup fell from his hand and shattered on the floor. The sensors showed something impossible: 200 massive ships appearing at the edge of the solar system. Each ship was the size of a small city. Within minutes, every military base, every government building, and every space station received the same message. A hologram appeared showing a tall creature with silver scales and cold amber eyes. It looked like a lizard but stood upright like a human. "I am Commander Veldar of the Sovereign Dominion," the alien said. Its voice was cold and emotionless. "Your species has entered our sacred territory without permission. You have 72 of your hours to surrender completely. If you refuse, we will destroy every human in existence. This is your only warning." The hologram disappeared. Silence filled every room across Earth. In Geneva, President Kang Daeho sat in the emergency meeting room. He was an old soldier who had fought in many wars before Earth united under one government. Around him, ministers and generals were shouting in panic. Some wanted to surrender immediately. Others wanted to fight. Most just looked terrified. "How many ships do we have?" Kang Daeho asked quietly. The room went silent. General Park Miho stepped forward. His face was pale. "3 carriers, Mr. President. 42 destroyers. Maybe 200 fighter ships if we include the training squadrons. Against 200 alien warships," the president said slowly. "Yes, sir. Their ships are more advanced than ours. Our weapons might not even scratch their shields." Dr. Li Jiawu pushed through the crowd. She was young but brilliant, studying ancient alien ruins that humans found on their colonies. "Mr. President, I analyzed their transmission. The technology in their message alone is centuries ahead of us. If they wanted us dead right now, we would already be gone." "So they are playing with us?" asked Ambassador Kim Sora. "No," Jiawu said. "I think this is their law. They gave us one warning because their rules require it. It is just a formality before they destroy us." President Kang Daeho stood up slowly. Everyone looked at him. His face was calm but his eyes burned with determination. "Then we will make sure they remember this formality for the rest of their empire's existence. General Park, begin Protocol Thermopylae." The general's eyes widened. "Sir, that is a suicide protocol. We will lose everyone." "I know exactly what it is, General. Yes, we will lose. But we will make them pay for every meter of space they take from us. If they want Earth, they will have to pull it from our dead hands." The room was silent. Everyone understood what the president was saying. This was not about winning. This was about making the aliens regret they ever came to Earth. As people left to prepare, a coded message arrived from Proxima Station, the farthest human colony. Commander Han Jisoo sent only 7 words. President Kang Daeho read them and smiled for the first time that day. The message said, "Remember what we are. Remember why." Across Earth, the military began preparing. They knew they could not win a straight fight. So they prepared something else. They prepared to show these aliens what humans do when cornered. They prepared to teach the Sovereign Dominion a lesson they would never forget. The countdown began. 72 hours until the deadline. 72 hours until humanity either surrendered or showed the galaxy what it means to threaten Earth. In orbit, Commander Song Taeyong looked at the enemy fleet through his telescope. They sat there waiting confidently. They had no idea what was coming. They thought humans would beg for mercy. They were about to learn they were very, very wrong. Dr. Li Jiawu had not slept in 2 days. Her eyes were red and her hands shook from too much coffee. But she could not stop working. While Earth's military prepared for battle, she locked herself in the research lab with her assistant, Choi Minji. "They sent us their entire history," Jiawu said, staring at her computer screen. "Can you believe it? The aliens included 50,000 years of their conquest records with the threat. They wanted us to know how powerful they are." Minji pulled up another file on her screen. "Doctor, look at this. They have fought 847 different alien species. They never lost a single war. Not once in 50,000 years. Keep searching. There must be something useful." Hours passed. Jiawu compared human evolution data with the Dominion's records of other species. She studied how different aliens developed on their home planets. Then she saw something that made her heart race. "Oh my God," she whispered. "What is it?" Jiawu's hands trembled as she typed faster. "Minji, call General Park right now. Call the president. Call everyone. This is urgent." 30 minutes later, Earth's leaders appeared on hologram screens around the lab. President Kang Daeho looked tired but alert. Dr. Lee, what did you find? Jaiwo did not waste time. We are different. Completely different from every species the Dominion ever conquered. She pulled up images of the alien commander Veldar. The Dominion evolved from prey animals. Small creatures that ran away from predators on a peaceful planet with low gravity. Most species in their empire are the same. They come from garden worlds with nice weather, few dangerous animals, and easy living. General Park Miho leaned closer to his screen. And Earth. Earth is a death world, Jaiwo said firmly. Our gravity is 20% stronger than most habitable planets. We had ice ages that killed millions. We had giant animals that hunted us. We had diseases that wiped out entire civilizations. But we did not just survive, we learned to hunt back. She pulled up images of ancient humans hunting. For 200,000 years, we were persistence hunters. We chased animals until they collapsed from exhaustion. We learned to track, to work together, to never give up no matter how tired we were. Our bodies can run for hours. Our minds can endure terrible stress. We heal from injuries that would kill most species. Minister Beck Gina spoke up. What are you telling us, doctor? I am saying they have no idea what they are fighting, Jaiwo explained. Their warriors come from prey animals that run away when scared. We come from predators that run toward danger. Their battles are about showing overwhelming force until the enemy surrenders quickly. Our entire history is about enduring, adapting, and outlasting threats. President Kang Daeho smiled grimly. They gave us one warning because nobody ever refused before. Exactly, Jaiwo said. In their records, every species they threatened either surrendered immediately or died quickly. They have never fought a species that said no and kept fighting. General Park pulled up military plans on his screen. Then we teach them what no means. Protocol Thermopylae is not about winning the war. It is about making victory cost them more than they ever paid for anything. Orders went out across the solar system. Every human colony received the same message: no evacuation, no surrender. Civilians converted their buildings into weapons. Space miners welded metal plates and missiles onto their ships. Every space station became a fortress. On Luna Base, Commander Song Taeyong spoke to his 50,000 people. The Dominion thinks this is a negotiation. They are wrong. This is a lesson. When they attack us, we will show them what it costs to threaten humans. The Dominion intercepted human communications. Commander Veldar laughed when he read them. They plan to ram our ships? With primitive weapons? They are insects playing soldier. But deep in the Dominion's computer system, an old warning appeared. It had been created by their artificial intelligence when it first analyzed human data. The warning said, species shows predator traits. No similar species in records. Recommend caution. Nobody read the warning. The countdown continued. 60 hours until battle. 60 hours until the Dominion learned what happens when you threaten humanity. The deadline reached zero at exactly 8 in the morning. Across Earth, billions of people held their breath. In space, 3 human carriers floated in a defensive line that everyone knew was hopeless. General Park Miho stood on the bridge of the carrier Sol, watching 200 alien warships move forward in perfect formation. The communication screen lit up. Commander Veldar's face appeared, expecting humans to beg for mercy and surrender. Instead, President Kang Daeho's voice came through the speakers. Just one word, cold and clear. No. Then the channel went dead. Veldar stared at the blank screen. His mouth opened but no sound came out. They refused, he finally said. Orders, Commander? His weapons officer asked. Veldar's face hardened. Destroy Luna Colony. When they see their people die, they will change their minds. 40 Dominion ships turned toward the moon. Luna Colony was humanity's first home beyond Earth. 250,000 people lived under the gray surface in a network of tunnels and domes. Commander Song Taeyong watched the enemy fleet approach on his monitors. He opened a colony-wide broadcast. His voice was calm. Everyone not essential to the final operation has 2 hours to reach the deep shelters. Everyone else, you know what to do. He paused and smiled sadly. It has been an honor living among the stars with all of you. All civilians rushed to the deepest mining tunnels, 3 kilometers below the surface. 50,000 volunteers stayed at their posts. They had one job to do. When the Dominion ships entered weapons range, they expected Luna Colony to fight back. Instead, all the lights went dark. Every gun went silent. The colony appeared dead. They surrendered, Veldar's officer reported. No weapons active. Only the reactor core is running. Veldar smiled. Tell Earth to watch what happens when they refuse us. The Dominion ships moved closer, forming a tight group above the colony. They prepared to land soldiers. That was exactly what Song Taeyong was waiting for. He pressed the button. All 12 fusion reactors exploded at the same moment. The blast was so bright that people on Earth could see it, a new sun appearing on the moon's surface. The explosion caught 15 Dominion ships. 3 vanished instantly, turned into atoms. 12 more suffered terrible damage, their shields burning away. On Earth, Dr. Lee Jaiwoo watched through tears. They did it, she whispered. They taught them the first lesson. But the battle was just beginning. General Park gave his order. All ships, Protocol Thermopylae. Full speed ahead. The human fleet accelerated straight at the enemy. No clever tactics, no dodging, just direct attack. Dominion weapons tore through human ships one by one. Explosions lit up space. But the humans kept coming. Captain Yoon Seo-jun commanded the destroyer Incheon. His screens showed hull breaches on every level. Half his crew was dead. Alarms screamed from every direction. He did not care. Engine room, give me maximum power, he shouted. Sir, the reactor will explode. I know. That is the point. The Incheon hit a Dominion cruiser at incredible speed. Both ships exploded into a ball of fire and metal fragments that spread for thousands of kilometers. Across the battlefield, 18 human ships became missiles. The Dominion's energy shields worked well against lasers and plasma. They worked much worse against thousands of tons of metal and nuclear explosions moving at incredible speed. Commander Veldar watched his screen in horror. Another dreadnought took critical damage from a ramming attack. They are insane. They are using their ships as weapons. Commander, the humans destroyed or damaged 43 of our vessels, his officer said, his voice shaking. 43 ships. In just 30 minutes, this primitive species hurt the Dominion more than they had been hurt in 1,000 years. Pull back. Retreat to Jupiter. Veldar screamed. As the Dominion fleet ran away, one final message came from Earth. Captain Yoon Haeun of the carrier Busan, the last big human ship still fighting, broadcast on all channels. We do not need to win. We just need to make you bleed. Then the Busan exploded, damaging 3 more Dominion ships before it died. Veldar stared at the casualty reports. 46 ships lost. 30,000 Dominion soldiers dead. Against a weaker enemy. His hands shook. In Dominion culture, victory with such terrible losses was not victory. It was shame. 3 months passed. Commander Veldar looked 10 years older. The confident alien who threatened humanity was gone. Now he was a tired, scared soldier who jumped at every alarm. The Dominion won every battle. Earth's cities were ruins. Mars colony was burning ash. Titan Station was destroyed. By every measure, humanity should have surrendered. Instead, they fought harder. Report, Veldar said from his flagship orbiting the broken Earth. Captain Kresh looked at his tablet nervously. We lost 412 ships total, Commander. The humans are now fighting from underground bunkers, hidden asteroid bases, and converted mining ships. But they will not stop. 400 ships, Veldar whispered. The Council wants to execute me. Sir, there is more bad news. The humans started hitting our supply ships. 3 convoys were destroyed last week. The human ships appear, attack, and disappear before we can fight back. Deep beneath the ruins of Seoul, President Kang Dae-ho met with his surviving cabinet. They were dirty and exhausted, eating recycled food paste. But their eyes still burned with determination. General Park Miho showed a star map on a cracked screen. Operation Backdoor is working perfectly. We hit 17 Dominion supply worlds. Food centers, fuel stations, mining colonies, all undefended because they never needed protection before. How many ships do we have left? Kang Dae-ho asked. 23 combat ships, sir. But we converted 200 civilian ships into raiders. They cannot win big fights, but for quick attacks on soft targets they are perfect. Ambassador Kim Sora added new information. Mr. President, we are receiving messages from other alien species inside the Dominion. They are watching us. The Vecnari sent this recording. She played a message. An alien face appeared. It looked like a mammal with large, gentle eyes. Humans of Earth, the alien said quietly, we were conquered 2,000 years ago. We never fought back. Watching you resist what we accepted in fear. You are doing what we never dared. Please keep fighting. Dr. Lee Jaiwoo burst into the meeting. I cracked their computer codes. I can read Dominion internal messages now. Show us, Kang Dae-ho ordered. Jaiwoo displayed classified Dominion reports. The screens filled with financial data and casualty lists. The Dominion economy is collapsing, Jaiwu explained with a grim smile. They committed 70% of their military to Earth. That leaves 10,000 worlds with almost no defense. Every ship we destroy costs them what would normally fund an entire colony for a year. And politically, she paused. 5 conquered species started rebellions. Small ones, but they are using our tactics. The Dominion is facing multiple insurgencies for the first time in their history. General Park studied the numbers. They are losing ships faster than they can build new ones. If we hold out 6 more months. Sir, the Dominion fleet is preparing final bombardment, an aide interrupted. They will sterilize the entire planet. Kang Deho stood slowly. Then we activate Phase Omega. Commander Beck, activate the Deep Space Network. Commander Beck Gina, hiding in a secret base beyond Pluto, initiated the protocol they prepared for 3 months. Every remaining human ship and hidden station received the same message. Phase Omega. Share everything. Across the solar system, powerful transmitters began broadcasting. Every piece of Dominion technology that humans captured, studied, and copied. Faster than light engine designs. Shield frequencies. Weapon blueprints. Military passwords. Supply routes. Everything. And humanity was not just sending it to their own colonies. They broadcast to every conquered species in Dominion space. On the Dominion flagship, alarms screamed. Commander, the humans are transmitting our secret technology across the entire galaxy. Veldar felt ice in his chest. How much? Everything, sir. Engine systems, weapons, tactical databases. They gave every conquered species the tools to build weapons that can hurt us. Stop the transmission. We cannot, sir. They are using advanced relay networks. It would take years to shut them down. For the first time in 50,000 years, the sovereign Dominion faced real danger. Rebellion was not just possible anymore, humanity made it easy. On 47 Dominion worlds, conquered species began building weapons. Human resistance tactics spread like fire. The empire that ruled through fear suddenly faced thousands of possible insurgencies. The Dominion Emperor received the reports. One primitive species destabilized his entire empire in 3 months. Send a message to Commander Veldar, the Emperor finally ordered. Arrange a meeting with human leadership. They gave humanity one warning. Now humanity was teaching them the cost of that warning. The meeting happened on a neutral space station built quickly between Earth and Mars. Commander Veldar arrived with many guards. President Kang Deho came with only one bodyguard, Captain Park Sora. They sat across from each other at a simple table. Veldar looked at the human president. His hair was completely gray now. Scars covered his face from tunnel collapses. But his eyes still burned with strength. You wanted to talk, Kang Deho said simply. So talk. Veldar struggled to find words. 6 months ago he was confident and proud. Now he looked like a broken soldier who had seen too much war. Why? He finally asked. Why did you fight? We gave you a chance to surrender. You could have lived as part of the Dominion. Your species would have survived. Kang Deho leaned back in his chair. Surviving is not the same as living, Commander. We are humans. We come from a world that tried to kill us for 200,000 years. Predators, diseases, ice ages, droughts. Earth threw everything at us. We survived by never surrendering, never accepting death. You thought you were fighting a military. You were fighting 200,000 years of evolution that taught us one simple lesson. We endure. You lost billions of people. Your planet is destroyed. And you lost your empire, Kang Deho said coldly. Reports say 47 species are rebelling against you. They use our tactics, our weapons, our broadcasts. How many more will rise up next month? Next year? You wanted to conquer us quickly so you could keep control of 10,000 worlds. Instead, you showed every conquered species that the Dominion can bleed. Veldar closed his eyes. The weight of failure crushed him. What do you want? Leave. Take your fleet and go. Never return to our space. And if we refuse? If we finish this and sterilize Earth completely? General Park Miho's voice came through the communication channel. Then we scatter across the galaxy. We have 300 ships in deep space right now. We sent colony missions to 50 star systems. You can kill Earth, Commander, but you cannot kill humanity. And every human ship out there will spend forever teaching conquered species how to hurt you. Ambassador Kim Sora added, we already made contact with 17 species in your empire. They are organizing. If you destroy Earth, you create a martyr that will haunt your empire for 10,000 years. Every rebellion will carry our flag. Every freedom fighter will speak our name. Veldar looked at the humans and finally understood. The Dominion ruled through fear, one warning then overwhelming force. It worked for 50,000 years because no species ever called their bluff. Humanity called it. And won. I will take your terms to the Emperor, Veldar said quietly. He looked defeated. 2 weeks later the Dominion fleet left human space. The Emperor issued a statement giving humanity quarantine status. Officially, it meant humanity was too dangerous for contact. Unofficially, it meant the Dominion was running away. The withdrawal did not end the rebellions. Humanity's victory inspired dozens more species to fight for freedom. The Dominion still controlled most of the galaxy, but their age of absolute power was over. 10 years passed. President Kang Deho stood in rebuilt Seoul, now capital of the Free Species Coalition. 70 alien species had broken free from Dominion control. They formed an alliance. They were not as powerful as the Empire, but they did not need to be. The Dominion now kept a careful distance, never crossing into Coalition space. Dr. Li Jiwu, now the Coalition's chief diplomat, joined him at the memorial wall. Billions of names were carved in stone, every human who died in the war. The Dominion sent another message, she said. They want diplomatic relations. What did you tell them? I reminded them of Commander Veldar's final transmission. Kang Deho smiled. He remembered those words well. Veldar's last message before leaving Earth's solar system said, "We could have destroyed you, but you would have destroyed us too. You are not the strongest species, but you are the most dangerous. We gave you one warning. You made us remember it forever. Tell them we will consider it," Kang Deho said. "But remind them why we are here. Remind them what happens when you threaten humanity." Above Earth, shipyards worked day and night, building new vessels. Humanity had not just survived, they showed the galaxy that survival was not about being the strongest or most advanced. Sometimes, survival was about being too dangerous to destroy. Across the galaxy, freed worlds told the story of Earth, the world that refused to surrender, the species that taught everyone how to resist, the humans who proved that the most dangerous weapon was not technology. It was the refusal to accept defeat.